heard from them, this afternoon is all about us. And when I say us, I actually mean you, because I'm off on holiday. As you well know, retail is really important. So if we drive retail sales, that drives return to good causes. That's why at Camelot we have a CX principle of Know Me, which puts retailers at the heart of everything we do. And because of that, we like to know all the retailers on a first name basis.
Right, Toby.
Alright, Jeff. Andy, since when, Jeff? There you go, there's our retailer, Jeff. So Know Me is not just about getting to know our retailers, it's also about getting to know the good causes that benefit from all the money you guys raise, and retailers like Jeff here, who's raised a fortune for good causes. I'm absolutely delighted to introduce the next speaker, who is an inspiration for you all and deserves all your attention. So please give a warm hand for Jack Nolan.
Thank you for having me today. Are we all feeling? Are we all feeling good? That's what it's about. Right, so what I'm going to do is share my story with you guys and hopefully inspire you along the way. But before that happens, I want to share a few words with you. That is thank you. Thank you for the hard work that you guys do on a day-to-day basis. Picking up the phones, knocking on the doors, trying to be the best version of yourself every single day, raising money for charities like 42nd Street. Now, 42nd Street is a mental health charity that I'm a part of, and without them I wouldn't be here today. They've built me confidence, made me become stronger, made me become resilient, made me become who I am today, being on this opportunity in front of all you guys. So, what I want to do is start off by giving you a bit of a poem to hopefully inspire you. And it goes a little bit like this. It's easy to be a spectator. Sorry, this is for you guys, not winners. But it's easy to be a spectator. To sit on the couch and watch something greater when a lot of work goes unseen. People underestimate the power of a man's dream. They believe in the wrong ideologies, questioning why they can never be. When a lot of work goes into the dark, it's never seen. That's why people curse and say, life's mean. That it's done them wrong, while the other man's working all day long. From spectator to hater, false beliefs don't make them any greater. I'm the type of guy to slay down in the slater, to look them in the eye and define them as a hater. Stone cold walls, chained to a cell. I'm seeing people chasing money and it doesn't end well. That's why gangsters die or end up in hell. You see them too defined with blood money in my past. I'm the new breed, here to last. So if you want to get to know me, pull up a seat. I'm a storyteller and I can tell you about beef. But my lessons and experiences exist for a reason, not just a gig. Throwing the shh jokes, calling the stick, unknowing you'll never know who I am. I'm the voice of power, the definition of a true man. I teach, I preach, and I lead the way. I exist for that kid who's too quiet to say. Because one day he will wake and he will become something. Just like you guys. You guys are something special. You Camelot employees. What are we? You Camelot employees or what? Exactly. Now, my story begins in primary school. Now, that was a long time ago for some of you guys, but for me, it was just a blink of an eye. So when I was in primary school, I used to get picked on, bullied, told by teachers that I'd never be successful in life. Hit me hard. All that negative conditioning, making me believe that I couldn't be anything. So when I got into high school, I saw it as an opportunity to reinvent myself. Now, when I was reinventing myself, I tried everything. I tried to be the cool kid, tried to be the popular kid. I wasn't being one thing. My most important lesson for you guys is being yourself. I wasn't being myself. And when I started being myself, I realised that I had opportunities and potential from within. And the first thing that I wanted to conquer was maths. Now, maths for me was my biggest challenge because I was undiagnosed with dyslexia at this time. And I was struggling. I was fighting hard like Rocky, punching left, punching right, giving it everything I could. So I knocked on the maths corridor and tried to get a maths teacher to help me. And I was fortunate enough, through persistence, that I got a teacher to help me. And I was sacrificing an extra year of curriculum. That means all the social things what teenagers do, going out chasing girls, trying to have a laugh. I had to put that on the side because I was concentrating on my maths. So, come exam day, I ended up getting a D. Now, this D stood for something. Yeah, it was a failure, but to me it meant determination, discipline, domination, things that I could resonate with. So, I ended up a bit disheartened, but I wouldn't let anything faze me. I was still fighting strong and becoming the best version of myself. So, sorry, I had a dry mouth. So I went on to meeting the careers advisor, and the careers advisor said to me, Jack, due to your circumstances, due to your situation, it's unrealistic for you to believe that you can become, an actor, work in TV, write books, do creative things. It's unrealistic. Just set up something normal. To which I replied, Miss, it's unrealistic to walk into a room, flick a switch, and a light to come on. But fortunately, Thomas Edison didn't think so. I said, it's unrealistic, miss, to walk into a room, board a plane, fly across to another country. But fortunately, the Wright brothers didn't think so. And you can imagine that conversation went down. So, from there, I ended up getting into a bit of a situation where I wanted to better myself. I wanted everything that I could. I was striving for greatness, even though I was getting defeated by everyone around me. And on that journey, I ended up wanting to be an actor. So through being, aspiring actor, I got an audition to go on a feature film called Blood. Now I walked into the director's office and I stuck my feet up on the director's desk and I said, hey, my name's Jack Nolan. Walked out of there full of confidence when I was up against, big names, TV actors, and I wasn't phased at all. I had 100% confidence in myself that I was going to get this part. Now, I said to my friends, I'm going to work with the greats. I'm going to work with Stephen Graham. I'm going to work with Mark Strong, people who I looked up to for many years. And before you knew it, I was on the set of Blood, filming a feature film with Stephen Graham and Mark Strong. Now, it's like I predicted my own success. It's like I predicted my own future, because I was so determined and resilient and focused through putting in the hard work. So when preparation meets opportunity, that's when I started creating luck for myself. And I started really becoming successful inside, and I felt everything that was going right for me. And I went on to do more great things. So what happened was, from doing films, I went into theatre. And from doing theatre, I ended up meeting a woman called Karen Woods. Now, Karen Woods is an established author, 20 books, and I ended up getting influenced by her to write my own, which I brought here with me today. Now, for a kid who's got dyslexia, this was a big challenge for me. So I actually used all my imagination and give everything I've got. And maybe 3 years later, I ended up finishing that book. But I didn't stop there. I had to learn about rejection, something that you guys may be familiar with. I had to pick up the phones and try and make my dream of becoming an author a reality. But at the same time, I was trying to get in the TV world, I was getting into university, and I had a lot of different things that were going on with me, a lot of different things that I didn't expect, but I was still pursuing strong to become the best version that I could be for myself. So when I was trying to get myself where I wanted to be, I started picking up the phones to the TV company saying, my name's Jack Nolan, I'll work for free, I'll do whatever it takes, and I'll be the best, and I'll be the best rude boy you've got. Which led me on to working with people like Lorraine Keller, Amir Khan, Team GB, FK Twigs, just to name a few. And I was really excited. I was living my dream. I was doing everything that I wanted. Everything that I dreamed of as a kid. Everything the teacher said that I couldn't do, I was living it. I was living proof that anything was possible for somebody who was so young at this time. And then, when I was going into university, I had a lecturer saying to me that, Jack, you're missing too many lessons. You can't keep up the way you're going on if you're working in TV. You have to quit TV and start carrying on, you'd be great. But I was studying TV and radio, and you wouldn't believe that. I thought it'd be more encouraging to say to me, go on Jack, keep going, you're going to get there, which I already felt like I was there. I had people from the TV industry saying to me, don't worry about this degree, Jack, just keep doing what you're doing, you're headstrong, you're going to keep them going, you're going to keep winning. So from there, I ended up getting a bit confused. And a lot of stress from parents to get this degree. I had my brother who'd already got a degree, and he happened to get a first. Now that's something to like compete with, innit? So I was trying my best, trying to juggle all these things from relationships, friendships, pressure from family, pressure from everyone around me, until I crashed and I had this mental health breakdown, which was called a psychosis episode. Now, I was at the peak of where I wanted to be. I was creating opportunities for myself to be the best version of me. And that was creating opportunities, being a bit of an entrepreneur, trying to get job to job to job, trying to create a bit of income for myself. And that's when it all started to go to, a bit bad, started to go really wrong. So what I did was, I tried to pitch an idea to my mum and dad, because I was going to see a big corporate company that day. And I just broke down in tears, and I couldn't cope, and that's where I started to become a bit delusional, which led to becoming more delusional. I started thinking that, I could hear things, started thinking that God was talking to me, started to believe all this nonsense that wasn't true. So they took me to hospital, and I put a blue pill down my throat, which was prescribed by the doctors, and it knocked me out. It sent me west, and when I woke up, I went into another world that wasn't real. And this is where I got sectioned. Now, when you're going through a mental health crisis, you don't realise you're going through it until you're in the very deepest of waters and you're sinking and you can't swim. And it was really hard for me. It was so hard that I was seeing people around me who was trying to commit suicide on a day-to-day basis. But I didn't know this at the time. I was so in my own world, so delusional at this moment, that I was facing a lot of pain. And what I tried to do was get myself out of that situation, but I didn't know I was in that situation to begin with, until I heard somebody on the phone say, I'm in a mental asylum. Now when I heard that phone call, it woke me up. It brought me back to reality. I made me realise where I was. So the first thing I did was I rang my parents. I said, why have you put me in here? I can't believe you put me in this situation. I'm not mental. There's nothing wrong with me. And so it went from me believing, there's nothing wrong with me, when there really was something wrong with me. It was a problem that I wasn't dealing with and I wasn't facing. But as I was hitting reality, I was coming back down. I was coming back down to Jack Nolan, who Jack was. And that really made me think, right, what am I going to do in this situation? How am I going to get through this situation? So what I thought to myself was, I was thinking, right, how am I going to get out of here? So I had to start thinking, I'm Jack Nolan, I can get through this. So I had to give myself positive thoughts, and whilst I was giving myself positive thoughts, I was giving people the same messages in the hospital. And that's when the idea that you can become anything was born. I was saying to people, you can become anything you want in this world. You can be the best of the best. And if there's no hope, let me be the hope. Let me be the North Star in a situation when it's darkness. Let me be the person who brings you through when everything is against you. Let me help you. Let me change your life for the better. Even though I was very delusional this time, and I had doctors coming up to me going, Jack, are you alright? And I said, listen, you've all got the spirit of a lion in you. That spirit that makes you strong. And that's when the doctor said to me, Jack, do you believe you're a lion? I said, no, not with that. I said, I mean it metaphorically speaking, of course, that I have the spirit of a lion, and so does everybody else. Because a lion is the strongest animal in the jungle, respected by elephants, giraffes, hippos, right? So I wanted to be just like the lion, like Lion King. I wanted to be strong. So I was trying to be strong for myself and others in there. And whilst I was being strong, I realised that when I get out of here, I'm going to try and make something positive happen. I'm going to try and get past all these delusions and become Jack Nolan again. So they put me on medication, and I started getting better and better and better. And then I started having to hold to a vision of where I wanted to go. And this is a picture from the second time I was in hospital, because on the build-up from getting myself well and back on track, life threw another curveball at me. My relationship, 5 years, ended. And the life that I'd known was gone. So I was very upset and I was distraught, and I didn't know why all this was happening to me. I didn't know why I was going through all this pain. But what I had to do was give myself a purpose. And that purpose was to get my book published. Now, even though it sat on the shelf for 2 years, receiving rejection after rejection, I had to keep myself focused on something positive. Even though it was a massive challenge, I had to become relentless in my approach to become stronger than I had ever been before in my life to get this book published. So I did what you guys do. I started knocking on the doors again, but instead of having a scattergun approach, I started going shooting everything I could. I got laser focused like a sniper, and I started picking up the phones to people who I thought, right, I've got a better chance now at getting with these. I feel like I can sell myself better. I feel like I can give them an opportunity and I can bring value to their company. So I got laser focused on this publisher. And after 5 weeks of calling and 5 weeks of battling and 5 weeks of doing this guy's edit, I eventually got an opportunity to meet him. And when I met him, he brought a contract. And when he brought that contract, I immediately was thinking, this is actually not how I film this. This is what you see on the films, the hero's journey. So I immediately signed the contract, and 3 months later, we got the book published and it was out. My journey didn't end there. We had 100 people who turned up that night. And when them people turned up, it might not be a lot of people, but to me it was a lot of people. It was 100 people's lives that I had an impact on. And they all turned up for one reason, to buy a book off me. And that was something special. That was something that I was proud of. Now, on the rise to getting myself back to where I wanted to be, I was trying to get in Waterstones, and my publisher said to me, "No, Jack, Waterstones, just be happy where you are." You know what I mean? I said, "No, listen, I'm not getting Waterstones." So I started knocking on the door of Waterstones, and I got sent me cookies, sent me biscuits, sent me chocolates, got to know all the staff. They thought I was the publisher. They thought, "Who is this kid coming in here?" So what I did was I got a massive Millie's cookie, and I put on it, "Let's get on the job." So I walked in with this Millie's cookie, and I was a bit nervous. I thought, "Oh God, what we're doing here, making a white clown out of myself." The cookie boy, the biscuit boy, what's he doing? So I walked in, and I give him this cookie. He said, "Wait here." I'm like, "Okay." Next minute, the phones are going, and I'm thinking, right, I've done something wrong here, I should just shoot off now. And then the regional manager came downstairs and said, "Hey Jack, I've heard a lot about you, biscuit boy." I said, "I've heard, well, something about you, you must be the main man." So I started talking to him, he said, "Come to the cafe," he sat down, he said, "Well, what is it you want?" I said, "Look, I just want to put a book on your shelf, mate. I'm trying to represent an idea that can become anything you want here. There's a lot of kids who are looking up to me, and I know that I can inspire a lot of people if I just get this book on the shelf." So in the end, he said, "Listen, we'll put your book on the shelf, don't worry about it." And I kept on going strong. I felt like a winner that day. So after that, I told the publisher, Waterstones. And he said, "Oh, right, we've got the orders coming through, we can see that." I said, "Look, I've done it on my own." And he said, "Well done, Jack. I didn't really know you could do that." I said, "Well, look, I'm going to teach you something. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. No matter what that situation is, or that idea is that you have in your head, anything really is possible no matter where you are in your life right now." So from there, I was fighting strong, moving myself brick by brick, stone by stone, to try and better myself and to build this idea that you can become into something. And then I started getting paranoid, started worrying about people who was making wrong decisions, bad decisions, and people that I looked up to making criminal moves. And it was really sad to see. Creating a lot of paranoia and stress on my brain. And I didn't tell my parents about it, I didn't tell anyone about it, and it really had a massive impact on me. Before you knew it, I was back in the camp, back in the mental health hospital. But this time, I had an idea and I knew where I was. So I started going back to my roots. I started helping people. I started saying to people the same messages that I gave. Oh, good. See that then as a claim? Yeah, now we're joking. So what I did was, I started helping people. I started trying to do everything that I could to help people that you can see on the screen. Now I say to them the same messages, and I gave to them my poems, gave them my heart, gave them my soul, gave them my strength, bit by bit, piece by piece. Now, when I was in there, I'm not going to lie, I was scared. Because I was seeing these things from the past that reminded me of the past. People wanted to commit suicide, people wanted to end their lives, and I was trying to be that shining light of support to them. And I was giving it everything I got. And I was seeing people, the results from the people when I was speaking to them. I was seeing them getting out of there, I was seeing them going on and leaving, but I was still there in the middle, making cups of brews for myself, thinking, when's it my turn to leave? And after a month of fighting strong, I got myself out there, and I ended up having to rebuild my life all over again from scratch. I thought, why me? Why do I deserve all this stuff? Every time I'm trying to become somebody, I get knocked back down by life, I get punched in the face. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, I'm not trying to rob anyone, I'm just trying to be myself and help people along the way. And this is where it came down to owning who I was. Now, I was owning everything that I was. I was being vulnerable, I was showing my strengths, I was being strong for who I was, and I was standing for something. But I was scared, and my mum said to me, why don't you go to a mental health charity and get some support? Like, do something positive again for yourself, but this time try and get some help along the journey. And I was like, a bit scared, I'm a bit nervous. Don't know if it's the right option for me, I'm not really comfortable in like new situations, especially after coming out of hospital so soon. So what I did was, I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So I tried my best to overcome my fears of social anxiety and meet some new people. So when I went in there, I said, hi, my name's Jack, and I got guided to go to the groups. And when I got guided to go to the groups, I was getting nervous and I didn't know what to expect. But they took me in, and they took me in like I was a part of the family, part of the gang. And they started taking me on building myself up, building the confidence, overcoming the demons, trying to become the person that I was supposed to be. So whilst I was at 42nd Street, I was getting stronger. And I thought, you know what, I like it here. I really do. It's a special mental health charity, and I was getting support of it that I wasn't even getting off the NHS. And it was that support, CBD. Sorry, that's that right? You know what I'm saying? I had the smile this morning, you know what I mean? So I was thinking about the CBD. Right, anyway, so I went to therapy, and that's the one, yeah. So I was getting that therapy there, and it was helping me. It was helping me come back to who I was. And then from there, I ended up getting involved with opportunities, and opportunities like this to be here today, to speak in front of you guys. Now, to me, this is a bit of a dream come true, because I've always said to myself, I want to speak to people on a big scale, and to me, this is a big scale. And my parents said to me, well, Jack, you know, started giving me the bit of the teacher talk, saying it might not be for you, it might be a bit unrealistic. You're doing a corporate job in front of hundreds of people. That might, you know, it's hard to come by. But I had faith, I had to stay strong, and my parents believed in me again and again and again. And I'm yet to always prove them wrong to say that I'm gonna become the best version I can. No matter where I stand, I'm gonna stand strong. So from there, I ended up becoming the best version of me before 42nd Street. And I started documenting the journey online, sharing it with people all over the world, inspiring people and trying my best to do what's right for people. So from there, this is who I have become. I've become an author, I've become a little bit of a speaker, you could say, and I'm continuing on my journey to become the best version of me. Now, on that journey to becoming the best version of me, I'm always fighting. I'm in the trenches every day, because dealing with a mental health illness, bipolar, is hard. I know some of you guys might find it hard too, when you're driving on your way to work and it's raining outside, the kids have been up all night and you can't get to sleep, and everything that's going through your mind is racing because you're scared what your boss might think of you, and you want to impress that person who's working beside you. It's always going to be challenging. And with a mental health illness, I have demons every day. This morning, it was hard. You know, I was overwhelmed. I thought, what have I got myself into here? But I was committed to being me and the person that I represent. I was committed to 42nd Street, but I can't let them down. They're my team, not just a charity helping people. And there should be hundreds of other kids lined up here who they help, it's you out. So if it wasn't for the hard work that you guys do, again, I wouldn't be this person standing there talking to you. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the hard work that you guys do, raising billions of pounds every single year, donating it to good causes. It's amazing what you do. So when you fight on the phones, when you fight in the trenches, when you're knocking on the doors trying to get as many retailers as you can to sign up to your service, be proud that you're making people's lives change. In fact, you're saving people's lives. Because if it weren't for all the support that I got on 42nd Street, who knows where I would be? Who knows where I'd be and how far that the demons that I have on a day-to-day basis beat me. But today, I think I can fairly say that I won. I was in front of you guys, am I not?
Yeah.
Right, good. good guys. So, what I'm trying to say is, in life, you can become anything you want, even with a mental health illness, even with an undiagnosed learning disability, even with challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis. I want you to think about that. I want you to really, really think about that when you go home tonight and have a word with your kids. Let them know, hey, are you alright? Are you feeling okay? If your knowledge changes, just ask. Just say, how's it going? How's school? And if your kid's at university and he don't want to be there anymore, and he's getting overwhelmed and he's stressed out of his head, maybe it's not the right choice for him. Maybe it's not the right move. And in life, there's millions of moves to make. So just let him pick another one. Let him be happy with where he is. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. If any of you have any questions, please feel free. And you can follow my journey on all social media under You Can Become. So guys, you're going to be brave enough to ask the first question. Go for it, mate.
Oh, put one on there.
Great story, thank you very much. I'm just wondering what's next?